This time of year, you'll see lots of baby birds in the area, and it's always nice to see an adult bird tending to it. In fact, I only help a baby bird if there's no nest to put it back into or if there's no adult tending to its needs. We've had our abandoned bird now for about 11 days, and before we let him go, there are some things I want to make sure he's exposed to. For example, I don't think he's been introduced to water or taking a bath in a puddle. Come on, buddy. You can take a drink or take a bath. It's warm water, all right? See, check it out. See this? See what it is? See that? See the water? Want to try it? Go ahead, go in. As opposed to just throwing him in, I'm going to introduce him to water at his own speed. You try it? See? It's neat, see? He just ate an air bubble. Good stuff, huh? Okay, so he's drinking on his own now. That's awesome. Here you go, buddy. So you can splash around to your wings like that. Flap your wings around. Good boy. See that? Now that's instinct. I never taught him to do that. It's nice, huh? He's now gone in the water twice on his own, and he's enjoying drinking it and splashing and flapping his wings to give himself a bath. Watch how fast he can flap those wings. Good boy. See that? Nice. You having fun? Time to dry. He's soaking wet. How's that? Better? All clean now, see? You want a little something to eat after your bath? Come on. He normally flies to the window after he eats, but his feathers are still wet and they're not going to work. Interesting. He has to dry off first. Gotta dry those feathers, all right? After air drying for a few minutes, we decided that a nice fleece blanket was the best way to dry off. So here's what I'm feeding him right now. Dry kitten and puppy food. I soak it in water for about 15-20 minutes until it's soft. Warm water's even easier, it's faster. Then I smash it all up and I mix it with some of various Gerber foods. Today I'm using the sweet potato, turkey, and mixed grain and carrot. So he has various flavors, various nutrients, various protein. I also put in one hard-boiled cooked egg yolk, just the yolk, and then I mix it all up. You also can mix in some applesauce if you want to give it a little flavor and moisture. Then you can pick it up with the eyedropper or with a tweezer. So it kind of looks like a goulash, but it's a good mixture. Lately he's flying across the porch and landing on my head. Want to eat, buddy? Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. Good boy. See that? Good boy. See that? That's a good boy. Hey, any flight practice is good, right? Here we go, buddy. Go on your basket. I got you. So now I'm feeding him this, it's egg yolk. It's cooked egg yolk, hard-boiled egg yolk, which is pretty dry. But it's mixed with Gerber turkey and sweet potato, which gives it some moisture, and also some kitten food soaked with water. And then I mix it all together into a nice goulash. And he loves it. There you go, buddy. And it's fresh and has protein and a nice variety of foods for him. A nice swing we found for him at the Goodwill outlet store. It was in another bird cage that somebody had decided not to take, so I just got him that. I could hang it anywhere so he could stand on wood. You like that? He likes to fly to my shoulder to eat, but I can't see him there. He's too close. So I let him perch on my 2 fingers and get him over to the basket where I can feed him. His flying ability is great now, but he still doesn't know how to pick up food on his own. So that's the final challenge. When he can eat on his own, and I know he can look for food on his own, then we can let him go. But here's some corn niblets. I'll give him one to eat, and then I'll put a couple down, and you can see he just yells at it like, get in my mouth. But he's learning. That is a successful pickup right there. Good boy. I'll get you some more. You've just seen 2 successful pickups, but most of the time he's either dropping the food or just chirping at it or loses interest altogether. But we're watching him. He's definitely picking and pecking, and when he can eat more confidently and more regularly, then he'll be free to go and we'll take him outside. I know you want me to feed you here. I'll give you one of these peas. I'll break it up a little. Good stuff, huh? Another one. Give you a corn niblet, break it up. Did you get it? That's a good boy. And then have some water. Good stuff, huh? So, the last couple of days, he gets real anxious around dusk, right before sunset. And if I don't hold him or let him stay here, he literally flies into the windows. Like he'll fly across the whole porch from one ceiling to the next, right into the glass. Like he has to find a place to get. But I find if I hold him here, or even put him in this basket that he was raised in with the fleece and the paper towel, if I put him in there and even cover him and pet him, then he starts to just kind of chirp quietly. And then I can put him up on top of the cage here and he goes to sleep. Now, I don't think that's a bad thing, because if I bring him outside in a few days to let him fly away, if he gets scared, he'll come back to me. If he gets hungry, he'll come back to me. That's kind of what I want, until he's able to choose on his own to go and be a free bird. Right, buddy? You like Leonard Skinner? You want to be a free bird? But you can see he gets comfortable there. Anyway, I have to make some coffee. Are you ready? Yeah? You comfortable there, buddy? Look at him. Maybe I'll have to take him to family gatherings and events now. This is a very nice stage of their development, but at some point they become birds and they don't need you anymore, right, buddy? There you go. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't bond with the bird at all, but birds are a communal species. Starlings, sparrows, robins. They live in a nest of multiple birds, and then they kind of hang out with other birds too, sparrows especially. So for him to be alone and left on his own for his development, I don't think that's right. You have to, he's a living being and he needs some affection, and he gets depressed if you don't do that. Right, buddy? Good boy. And believe me, when he doesn't want this, he can fly. He can fly 45 feet now. So there's nothing holding him here. When he wants to fly and be at the top of the cage or the windowsill or explore the house, he can do it. Right, buddy? I believe that tiny little chirp is called an appeasement chirp. If you look that up, birds tend to make that in the nest after dark, and it helps to calm the other birds, so they all calm down and they don't make noise to alert predators to their presence. But I like the sound of that appeasement chirp. It's better than an anti-anxiety pill. Right, buddy? Yeah. Who's a good birdie? Oh, he's comfortable. I'm gonna go prepare some food for him. I'll leave him up there if that's cool with him. All right? Come on. I'm also introducing him now to corn niblets and sugar snap peas. I take the peas out of the pod. Some wild cherries I'll break up. Again, he likes some increasingly harder foods lately. You getting hungry again, buddy? Okay. Yeah, that's good. Here. See, I'm just dipping it until there's some on the tip, and then he kind of takes it right off. I give it a tiny bit of a spin so he can sort of lick it off or bite it off, whatever he's doing. Here, buddy. And then I also dip it into his food, and he'll take that way too. There you go. Good boy. I break the skin open of the blueberry for him and try to give it to him that way. Here, buddy. Nice blueberry for you if you like that. Good, huh? Little piece of banana. Here you go. Starlings are omnivores, so I'm giving them a good variety of stuff. Fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, cat food, dog food. say hi to the camera? Say hi to everybody. Looking good today, buddy. Growing into a fine bird. Yes, you are. He's starting to get a personality. Yes, you are. You want to come back up here? I got stuff to do. Or you can go out on the porch and... Why don't you go back to your nest again? You want to go up there? He does not want to go anywhere except stay on my arm. You don't want to fly over to the nest? There you go. That's a good boy. Feathers are coming in nice, buddy. He's starting to use his beak for biting and picking things up and testing surfaces. This is a good developmental sign. Here, buddy. Can you eat it? Pick it up. It's day 15 and he's healthy, strong, he's a great flyer. He just has to learn to pick up food regularly and eat it, definitely, and then we'll be able to let him go.